Hello, welcome back. This is a training tutorial for GP installation, and you already have the GP setup. We'll go directly and run the setup. By default, if there are some prerequisites you don't have in your system, it's going to prompt you to install them. Most of them, as you can see here, they include the Windows installer, their .NET, and some C# packages. So when it finds there are no prerequisites installed, it's going to ask you to install them, and most of them are inbuilt. They're going to run directly from the setup package. So from this window, we are going to do two things. The first we are going to do is create an installation package. This is going to help when you're installing for several clients, where you just pre-configure one installation package with all the settings you need. Then you're going to use that installation package to install without configuring anything in the client machines. The second part is having a Microsoft GP installation, where in every time you use this kind of installation, you have to configure all the settings. So we'll do one installation package. The same procedure you follow in doing the installation package is the same procedure you follow doing the Microsoft GP. The only difference is that for the installation package, it doesn't install directly. It first creates another setup for you to use. So we'll click on the installation package. It's going to prompt you to select a location where you're going to store the package which you are going to create. So let's place it at the desktop. Make new folder. We call it GP installation. Click next. For the country region, in this case we will require several modules, so you must make sure the region you pick is accurate. In this case we use South Africa, because you are going to realize that when you use the other packages, the other country regions, there are some modules that are not going to be present. So we'll click on South Africa, go to next. In this organization, Rwanda, we are using only 3 modules. That's bank management. We are going to also select the fixed assets and analytical accounting. And as I said, when you use the other country regions, you'll find that some of the modules are not present. For example, when you select the United States, when you go to search for bank management, you'll find it's not there, but instead they'll have a different module to replace that. So you make sure you pick South Africa and select the 3 modules. So we'll click next. At this point, we'll not create a data source. We'll configure that later. So I'll check the create data source option. The default name will be Dynamics, and that will be the default database name. You can also have your custom name depending if you have several Microsoft GP installed in one database. Click next. At this point, the reports folder will be created at this location, and the forms will be created at this location. We'll just click next. There are also all the notes which are going to have with their own location and letters. In case you are installing them in a network folder, so you can tick the network folder and try to point to the network location. So we'll click next and then install. So at this point, what it's doing, it's now compiling all those setups you've created and picking them from the main installation folder and creating a package that when you go to the client, you're just going to double click it and run. It's going to install it directly without asking for all those steps that we followed. Okay, we'll give it some time. Then click exit after you finish. And as I said, after doing that, when you go to start, you're not going to find Microsoft GP installed, because what it was doing was just creating an installation folder. So what we'll do, we'll go to our desktop, we'll find the GP installation folder and open it. Now when you open it, you're going to find another setup inside, and then we'll just click the setup and let it run directly without having all those prompts that we had before. So I'm going to pause, come back when it finishes. My installation has completed successfully. You'll just click exit. Now at this point, when you go to start, you'll find GP installed. Go to Microsoft Dynamics and you'll find GP 2013 with database maintenance, GP utilities, GP and documentation. Since this is a fresh installation, we know that we haven't configured anything in the database, so we must first create companies in the database, and that we'll do in our next session. Thank you.